Hey there guys, in this video we're going to be going to the crown stages for Tidus and Fina, and we're going to start with Tidus and get an all mission clear. So the missions are no continues, 5 turns or less, only water units. The boss is a Dragon Reaper. Now you can take a friend unit, but we're not going to, even though it's very tempting to take that Mercedes right there. But we're going to just not take the pirate this time. And we're going to go with a 5-man party, and we're just going to use Tifa to pretty much solo the damage here. Now, if you've got like Premium Tidus or a powerful Irving, etc., those are great water units, but Tifa's really old, so I figure she's a little bit easier for people to get a handle of. So we're going to be using Tifa. We're going to be using Biggs and Wedge as just a sacrificial tank. If you have Premium Jekt, he's way better at this. Laguna is going to be our breaker. 7-star Tidus is going to be for entrusting, and then Nicole for buffing. So let's get in here and get a clear in. So the boss is going to preemptively damage over time us with Corroding Mist. But we've got Obsidian Bracer to auto-break the boss. So anytime you deal damage to the boss, he counterattacks with a magic attack, and we don't want to deal with that on turn 1. So what we're going to do is Tifa is going to start in the base, then go to the shift, and we're going to do Unbridled Strength, Elemental Burst Water, and then Chakra. We're not going to hit the boss. Biggs and Wedge are going to use Re-Raise on themselves from the Phoenix Esper. Nicole is going to start in the base, go to the shift. We're starting in the base for auto buffing. And we're going to do Ramping Amplify on Tifa on turn 1. We'll do either Aqua Slayer or Water's God's Rage, or both. Now we're going to use Tidus to do Dazzling Feather from the Garuda Esper. This is for a stack of Mirage without dealing damage to the boss. And then Laguna will break the boss. And again, we've not dealt any damage to the boss, so we won't get the counter. So this turn is going to be some AoE physical, it's not too bad, and some elemental magic. It's light and dark element that Biggs and Wedge will cover. So now Tifa is going to go ahead and use her shifted LB on the boss. Before we do that, Nicole will imperil even more. And then Biggs and Wedge are going to tag chain. Now if you're not using Biggs and Wedge, you're using like Jekt, then chain Jekt with Laguna or something. But we're going to be using Biggs and Wedge to tag chain. So Tifa goes first, wait just a second, then Biggs and Wedge will go and let that cap. So we push the threshold. Normally on turn 2 there would be an AoE Dispel, but if you push the 50 threshold, instead the boss is going to do some more AoE physical damage, some AoE magic damage that very well probably will kill Biggs and Wedge, and then some AoE breaks that we're not really worried about. As long as we don't die to the... as long as Biggs and Wedge cover for us, we're going to be fine. So 7-star Tidus will go ahead and just entrust over to Fina. Entrust to Tifa. And then Laguna can just mirage the party, because there will be some physical damage this turn. Okay, so I'm hoping Biggs and Wedge don't die immediately to the counterattack, because we want them to cover the real attack as well. But Biggs and Wedge are a 7-star. It's very possible they're going to die here. Here's the magic counter. Oh, they gutsed. Awesome. So then they take the big AoE damage, and we're good. So that's perfect. There we go. Now, if Biggs and Wedge are dying too quickly for you, and they don't cover the AoE magic damage, you're going to have to give guts to your party. Like, give guts to Fina and the rest of the party. But we're good to go. So now we can just use the LB again. And don't forget, we've been doing Ramping Amplify on Nicole. So therefore, Tifa now has a 100% Amplify. We'll also go ahead and do his LB for even bigger damage. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and chain up Tifa. We'll just tag again with Biggs and Wedge. We don't need Laguna's SLB. So we do this. Wait, chain. And that should be the end of... Oh my god, it was not. Okay, well, problems. Okay here, so turn 3. What are we doing on turn 3? Okay, we didn't kill the boss here. I should have brought a friend. Let's go ahead and entrust over to Tifa again, and let's, like, Mirage and stuff, because because we didn't kill the boss. All right, all right. Well, I was expecting to win on turn 3. Got to be honest here. So, hopefully we don't die. What can I say? Let's see what happens. So the boss is going to do some AoE light and dark damage. Unfortunately, we are not resisting it right now. Oh, we're fine. We're fine. We got dispelled too. Yep, fun times. Okay, so lesson learned, bring a friend. Bring a friend and OTK this on turn 3. So now we'll just go ahead and imbue, flood, and whatever. And yeah, that'll definitely be enough. We got completely dispelled, keep that in mind, but it's not going to matter. So do this again, and there it is. So there is our clear with just a Tifa. So 4 turns, no big deal. I'm going to go ahead and show you the gear we got. So Nicole, in the base form right here, is using some auto buffing, Saintly Castle. We actually didn't use Wisdom of Hess, whoops. Shift form is just some little bit of bulk, a little bit of physical bulk, because we are taking some physical damage. You also could evade him if you wanted to, a little bit of mana reduction, etc. 7-star Tidus, honestly just here for the entrusting. He is full evasion. Other than that, not that much really matters. Full evasion, a bunch of LB fill, and that's kind of it. He's just here to entrust. Laguna, Obsidian Bracer, other than that, doesn't really matter. He's provoking, but I don't think there's actually any single target damage, so that's not super important. But there you go. Biggs and Wedge are dual-wielding quad attack with Poppy's STMR so that we can multi-tag chain quickly. They are full evasion, so they don't die to the physical, and they're also 100% light and dark resist. And the whole party, by the way, is Petrify immune. And then Tifa, in the base form, a lot of auto buffing, auto amplify, Saintly Castle, Wisdom of Hess, Pure Light's Blessing, preemptive attack. And then shift form is, you know, dual wielding, LB damage versus Reapers and Dragons. There we go. And that was the all mission clear. You know, we did have deaths, but deaths are allowed. By the way, Biggs and Wedge are on Phoenix for the auto re-raise ability, and Tidus is on Garuda for the AoE Mirage without dealing damage to the boss. Remember, we don't want to deal any damage to the boss on turn 1 because we're using janky Biggs and Wedge, and they would just die to the counterattack. And Tifa did all the damage, so we are good to go. Let me go ahead and change the team up, and we'll jump over to the Fina fight. Alright guys, now we're going to go to the Fina crowns. So for the Fina crowns, we're going to go with an only evocation party to get all missions, 5 turns or less, no continues. And once again, we're just not going to take a friend. You can if you want to, we don't really need to. So we're going to be using Tsukiko to pretty much solo this fight for us. So we're going to be having Diverti as our cover tank, Lena as a breaker, Fina as just a stat buffer and a re-raiser, Rydia as a field and support chainer, and then Tsukiko to deal all the damage. So the boss is a demon, but because we're using pure evokers, we don't really care. But if we're using, like, you know, for example, a different party, it's a demon. So we're going to go ahead and have Diverti just cover and, whoops, we're going to just cover Clay Shield and, I guess, Damage Cut card. We're going to have Lena go to the shift form and do her shifted LB. That's an 88 break. Tsukiko will, actually, before we do Tsukiko, let's have Tsukiko do it this way. Let's do Fire Imperil Field, Fire Consecration, and last action, Blessed Omamori. And that'll refill the Esper gauge so that we can do the Behemoth field with Rydia. And I didn't shift Rydia, so I didn't get the field. That was a huge mistake. I'm not even going to care. And then Fina will just do White Lotus Dew for the re-raise, and then we'll do Shelga and Protectka. So we didn't get the Behemoth field because I didn't shift Rydia in time. Whoops. Oh well. The Behemoth field just does a magic buff. We're probably not going to need it, I certainly hope. Let's find out. So here comes some damage. So let's see here. So Rydia can just, we're going to support chain with Rydia using Irony's Ring. So fire her 3 times, or 4 times. And we'll do the shifted fire attack with Tsukiko. Before we do this, we'll do the LB with Fina for some stat buffing, etc. Go ahead and chain this up. See what kind of damage we deal here. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to kill it in time. Okay, so there we go. We can just guard these two. We kind of serve their purpose. I kind of wish I had gotten that field out there. I'm actually slightly concerned here about the damage. But we'll see. We'll see. It might be fine. Okay. We'll go ahead and do an SLB with Fina, just to get more damage out here. Let's see. Tsukiko will now use her Magnus that we've charged up. Go ahead and do this. Guard it up here. Oh yeah, we're going to be fine. Go ahead and guard this. So we did push the threshold. The threshold is some fixed damage, which will probably kill people, or they'll guts. That's totally fine as well. Fina the Return can just go ahead and cure the party, and we'll just keep dealing some damage here. Yeah, I'm kind of wishing I had that that field from Bahamut right now, but I forgot to shift my Iridia. And okay, not a problem. We'll just have Diverty do draw and reload for mitigation. We're probably not going to need it, but kind of whatever. Okay, so here comes some more attacks. And with big mitigation, as you see, we're totally fine. This boss is relatively not that bad. So 5 turn clear, that is all the missions, so we're good to go. And even though we didn't get the Bahamut field because I forgot to shift Iridia. It's so dumb that she can only field in the shift form. But anyway, there is our clear. So okay, no friend, just Tsukiko, no big deal. We actually didn't even have any deaths, I don't think. 5 turns, no continues, etc. Evocation units only. So Diverty is using some fire and dark resist to cover. Other than that, we gave him full evasion and status immunity. The boss does do confuse and silence, keep that in mind. No card, because honestly, who cares? Dancer Lena is just using passive provoke and evasion. A little bit of Esperfill, and she is our breaker with the 88% break from the ship that LB. Fina the Return, full evasion and just bulk, but whatever, honestly. Tsukiko in the base form is using some auto buffing, as you can see here, you know, Wisdom of Hess, etc. Shift form, we did get ourselves an Earth card. We're using the Earth card here, and then other than that, you know, evocation damage. There it is. You could also use the LB if you really want to. We didn't need to, so I didn't, but you know, we're maxed on everything. Iridia is just full evasion, Irene's Ring, and using Fyra, the materia to chain with Tsukiko. Other than that, whatever. And we were supposed to be in the shift form so that we could get this passive and we could summon Bahamut for 100% magic buff field. But I didn't shift her first. Oh well, it didn't matter. And also Diverty is our leader for a 100% magic buff to Earth units, which means Tsukiko. So okay, there was the crown fights. This one is significantly easier than the Final Fantasy X one, or the water one, I should say. You know, we even kind of messed it up a little bit, and we did fine. All evocation. Now, of course, if you've got something like Void Mage Roka, this is very, very simple. But yeah, there it is. Okay, there you go. I will see you guys in a bit.